Okay, you guys, so one thing that we know that Cardi B is gonna do is go off if need be. And that's exactly what she did after Hazel-E brought her name up in an interview. Now, Hazel-E was talking about basically what it's like to be a woman in the industry and the women who are already successful in the industry. She was talking about how they're over-sexualized and how some women have to sleep their way to the top, and she used Cardi B's name as an example.
Like, play these games,
right,
then you get overlooked. And even the girls that played them games, right? You know, I'm just gonna say Cardi because that's just she played them games. She
Cardi
did all
B?
that. Yeah, she did all that, right?
We gotta talk about this.
She did all that, right? And she got on. So, fuck him, I'm gonna get some. Like, she was the rat, like whatever. And now she has 3 kids, and and now she's like, I don't even want to be that no more. And guess what? Now she's not making music. Now she's not whatever because she don't like. Now she's like in like not that era, and it's just. It sucks for women that if you don't want to be over sexualized or taken advantage of or having to feel that you have to like fuck for a track,
right?
Whatever you want to say,
that's crazy.
Then you're not getting no airplay, or you gotta go sell your soul and you know go do the dinner with Rick Owens and his wife and the thing.
Now, before I show you Cardi's responses, just a little history between these two women. Now, they were both on Love and Hip Hop, and a few years ago, Hazel-E was upset with Cardi B because she felt like she copied her baby's theme for her birthday. So it was a princess theme, y'all, which is extremely common when it comes to little girls, but Hazel-E swore up and down Cardi copied her, and she called her out and even did an interview about it. Take a look.
With the whole Cardi B situation from your daughter's party.
I mean, first it was a one-sided beef, so that's why I even feel corny talking about it, because she doesn't respond, you know what I'm saying, as if, I don't know if she feels like she's too big to respond, but that can't be, because Hazel-E came before Cardi B. Did it big for Ava's first birthday, whatever. They like the dress looked like this, the dog, the horse with the white horses with the horse-drawn carriage, the daddy trying shit just looks familiar, and I'm looking at it. I know I had sent it to you, and I was like, in the colors, and I was like, am I tripping or did? And then it wasn't even nothing until she was like the greatest pull up ever. I'm calling this out.
Mind you, these are children. These are babies' birthday parties. And to be honest, I really feel like Hazel-E is envious of Cardi B. She's envious of Cardi B's success. I mean, they were both on Love and Hip Hop. They both had equal opportunity, but it seems like Cardi B had the career that took off, and Hazel-E had the same opportunity as Cardi B, but didn't have the same success as Cardi B. So I feel like that's where all this jealousy is coming from, if you ask me. And also, before I get into what Cardi B said, you need to know this. So the other day, a video clip surfaced of Stefan Diggs interacting with other women on a boat. Now, mind you, him and Cardi B were in Miami together, and she was on that boat. So then Stefan Diggs pulls out a bag, y'all, and the bag had allegedly pink coke in it. Now, if you don't know what pink coke is, think about Diddy, okay? So I don't know exactly what other substances are in this coke, but it's not just coke, okay? It's mixed with other stuff too. But Cardi ended up DMing Hazel-E about her talking on her name, and Hazel-E posted all of her DMs. So Hazel-E said, wow, where do I start? She tagged Cardi, you've been going back and forth for 3 hours. I'm tired, 304. Put the 2CB down and let's rock. So Cardi went in and said, keep my name out your effing mouth. You constantly got my name in your mouth, and I never spoke on you and disrespected you. Named who I F for a track. I never F no rapper nor music exec to be where I'm at. The only man in the industry I F'd, I married. I got picked by Mona Scott herself to be on Love and Hip Hop, not my P. You a weirdo. Feel a certain way over a kid's birthday. You think I copied you, miserable ass B. The fact I asked surgeon made to help you when you almost died in Turkey. Now, I don't know exactly what she's trying to say, but Hazel-E went to Turkey for surgery and she ended up almost dying, okay? So that's what she's talking about. So she said, the fact I asked surgeon made to help you when you almost died in Turkey. I see why F-ish happens to you. You evil and weird. You hate on people that you never met, and I never ish to you. I can't only imagine what you do to people close. Lord, Cardi. Basically, she's saying the girl is evil and she can only imagine how she treats the people close to her. Then she said, you, Kaiser, didn't have nothing to do with me in the beginning of my career. They didn't start coming around till after Bodak went #1. I got invited by Remy Ma herself, just like Young Ma, who is friends with old girl. She didn't know nothing about that either. B, you sound like a fan. Then she said, ugh, boring. Just repeating everything you see online. You have all that and yet you still miserable, hating on women who haven't did nothing to you a day in your life. Like, please go on with yourself. This ish is dumb. And Hazel responded and said, I'm a fan and you are the downfall of yet another black man. She's talking about Stephon Diggs. And Cardi said, what downfall of another black man? My baby father has his own successful career and my new ninja's still in the league and finna have a great year. So who's falling? And I think Cardi just played right into Hazel-E's hands. That's what she wanted. She wanted her attention. She wanted her to respond. She wanted her to be angry and worked up. I wouldn't even pay her no mind if I was Cardi B. It's really a waste of time if you ask me, a waste of anger and a waste of energy. But y'all let me know what you think in the comments below. Does Hazel-E have a point? Do you think Cardi B would have the same success she had if she wasn't sexualizing everything? Y'all let me know what you think in the comments below. But that's all I have for you and I'll talk to you later.
So you're beefing with Cardi.
Beefing with Cardi. Shit. Well, what's new?
What's going on with you and Cardi B?
That we've seen each other, we've had words. In this long conversation, I had to remind her of these instances that I guess, you know, her memory is clouded by whatever that she's doing at the moment. And how she, like, was disrespectful at the very, very beginning of her career. And, yeah, there were some instances. And she was not a nice girl.
Can we pull up the stuff? Let's pull it up first and then let's share the screen. So you guys have been having some words and then you posted up some of the DMs.
Yeah, because it was like we going back and forth for 3 hours, bro. Like at this point, like, you know, as the fans and people are, you know, dragging it like I'm looking for well, but why are you on my phone for 3 hours talking about the same shit, bro? Like, what else do you want me to do at this point? Like,
what's going on? What's
like, come on,
where does it start? I watched
you had to want me to do this,
but I watched the interview.
Or you wouldn't keep going back and forth with me, like, come on, we know you when you don't.
So I watched the interview. So before we get into it, I watched the interview with you and Shirley, and you said some things about Cardi. From the Love and Hip Hop era, and then shout out to Love and Hip Hop because that's a franchise that we've all been a part of. Yeah. We've all made millions, well at least I have, on the network with that, and it's been a good ride. I don't know how everybody else's experiences with Love and Hip Hop is, but it's awesome to me. It's like one of my best experiences.
It gave people a platform, right?
Right, and I think
or we wouldn't know of half the people that we're speaking of if it weren't for said platform. So we have to give props to the platform regardless and stop acting like you bigger than it though.
But what I'm saying is nobody's bigger than the program.
Exactly.
Some people do get bigger than the platform.
True.
And I think that's what happened with Cardi.
But then, but then you still have to have an error of some kind of like humbleness and also some kind of respect.
I don't think that she's been. I think she's always
that come before you,
she's
whether it be a Hazel-E before Cardi B, or maybe a Nicki Minaj. You know,
I mean, I love Nicki Minaj,
and so do I. So, but I'm saying like you have to have some sort of humbleness.
But I love Cardi B
for
too.
the people that come before. I don't. Maybe because I'm college educated.
But what
maybe
I'm saying
because I'm an AKA. Maybe because I pledged and I had to respect women that started my organization in 1908. Maybe that I recognize it differently. I wasn't in the strip club. I wasn't drugging men and stealing their jewelry.
Hold on, wait.
So therefore, maybe I don't have the same values
drugging men and stealing their jewelry.
So maybe I don't understand.
But what do you mean when you say drugging men and stealing their jewelry? I'm confused. Like, what is that? What are you saying? You saying that Cardi B?
Allegedly, I don't even think it's allegedly. I think it was like a proven. It was like a court thing.
I like allegedly.
She actually said it out of her own mouth that, you know, like her days in the strip club, she would find said tricks, bring them to said rooms.
Are you talking about her raps?
No, what she literally said, and that she would drug them in and rob them.
Okay.
That was a part of her story.
I know. So, okay.
I can't make these things
But
up.
are you looking down to that? Because some people have to do what they have to do. Guys do it all the time.
I'm just saying we're not the same.
That's fine.
Take that however you want.